Hello, everybody. I hope that you're all doing very great. Today, our discussion is going to be about mixed conditional clauses. First of all, here is Mariam Azizi, your teacher. When we want to talk about mixed conditional clauses, first we need to know some other parts before that. First, we need to have a review on what is a clause. Secondly, we can have a small glance on the four types of conditional clauses. And lastly, we will cover our main discussion, which is mixed conditional clauses. So, first of all, what is a clause? When we say mixed conditional clause or conditional clause, what is a clause itself? To express it so simply, a clause is a group of words that has its subject and verb at the same time. It's a group of words that has its subject and verb at the same time. So, how? For example, I say, I know that you are so late. Here's the thing. How many subjects do we have here? We have our first subject, which is I, then we have our second subject, which is you. Then, how many verbs do we have? Because we've covered the subject part, right? How many verbs do we have here? We have our first verb, which is know, main verb, and we have our to be verb, which is are. So, here we also covered our verb. Well, if somebody asks you, how many clauses so do we have here? You're going to say we have here two clauses. We have the first clause is I know, subject verb, and the second clause is that you are so late. It's a second clause. Let me give you another example. The other example, for example, I say, she couldn't believe that couldn't believe the place where her friend was living. Here it's adjective clause. So again, if we cover how many clauses do we have here? So let's cover. We have our subject, then we have her friend, it's the second subject. We have couldn't believe, so it's our verb, modal, then we have the base form of the verb. So let me also cover this one. Then we have was living. So up to here. How many clauses do we have? She couldn't. Okay. She couldn't believe. It's one clause. The second clause is she couldn't believe the place actually because it's adjective clause. She couldn't believe the place from this one where her friend was living. It's the second clause. Okay, the first clause and this one is the second clause. Let me also change the color for better understanding. Up to here, we understood that what is a clause. Let's move on to the four types of clauses that you've studied before. Let's only have a small review on them. We have zero conditional clause, we have first conditional clause, we have second conditional clause, and we have third conditional clause. Zero conditional clause, or you can say the clause which is talking about general truth. The structure is so simple. If clause which contains simple present and also again simple present. The usage is for facts, scientific truth, things that always happen. For example, if you heat water, it boils. So it's a fact, right? So if you heat water, what happens? It boils. It's a fact. Let's go to the other one. For example, let me give you for this one another example for you. We can say that if you mix, for example, red and blue, purple will be created because it's a fact you cannot change. If you combine these two colors, the color that will be the result is purple. This first conditional clause, which is the second one, here the second number, but the name is first conditional clause. So here, the structure is if plus present simple, simple present, and the main clause or the result will be will plus base form of the verb. We will use it for likely or possible future situations. For example, if it rains, I will stay home. If you give me money, I will buy dress. If, for example, I do not fail this exam, I will treat everyone. For future possibilities. Number 3. Here, the name is second conditional clause, or unreal or unlikely to the present or future. The structure is if plus past simple, the other clause would plus base form of the verb. So when do we use it? We use it for hypothetical or unlikely situations now or in the future. For example, if I had a car, I would travel more. Be careful that here, if you notice, we are talking about two similar times. They're both what in the present. For example, I say if I had a car. So right now I don't have a car. I would travel more. Right now I cannot travel more. Okay? اگر موتر می داشتم بیشتر سفر می کردم. It has such a meaning, but this one has, for example, اگر باران بباره من خواهم این کار کرد. But this one is like kinda in the past, this one is kinda in the present. Like this is because something didn't happen in the past, we have a like different result right now. Let's go to this one. Number 4. Third conditional clause or unreal in the past. This one was unreal in present or future. This one is unreal in past. The structure is if plus past perfect. The other clause, the result clause is would have plus past participle. When do we use it? We use it for imaginary situations in the past. Things that didn't happen. See, we're talking about past. Things that are unreal for the past. For example, if I had studied, I would have passed. اگر درس میخواندم در گذشته هم از امتحان عبور میکردم. For example, if I had money, I would have bought a car. اگر پول می داشتم, sorry, if I had money, because it's past perfect. If I had money, I would have bought a car. در همون گذشته هم چیکار میکردم؟ موتر میخریدم. So, in the next video, we're going to start talking about mixed conditional clauses. For now, this video is over. Thanks for listening up to here. Please follow me in the following videos also.